I was still a social worker, I was still obviously working full time, but I was aware of the need, because I was working with families who were elderly carers, who had sons or daughters who had never been away from their home and they didn't trust the respite homes. My husband and I felt, because he was unemployed at the time, he could take on the role of the carer at home, and we were interviewed, obviously, and we applied, and we began to take respite in our own home. So many elderly parents didn't trust the social services, respite services. It was a fear because they'd always looked after them, and obviously they felt there was nobody else could look after them the same way they could, which is very true. But they wouldn't let go, or they couldn't let go. But by going to a family, and there were quite a few of us through the Give Them a Break scheme, going to another family in a person's home, there seemed to be a more trusting relationship between us as the carers, my husband and I, and the family of the person who we were giving respite to. And that worked very well. We thoroughly enjoyed it. It gave the elderly parents or single parent a well-deserved break, and it also opened the eyes of the person who came to us. We took them to different places to experience new things that up to then they hadn't managed to go to. So it was a good experience. We did that for 22 years.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and when you were doing the respite, how in what ways did you care? Did you care for your clients? Like what type of activities and routines was to set out for them, and in what ways did it differ to looking after people at the care homes?
Well, the emphasis really was as normal as possible, giving them an example of what normal is, whatever normal is. But in our house, it was going to the shops, going to town on a Saturday afternoon, going out for a meal, low key, nothing expensive, going on a day trip with a picnic, going to the theatre, going to a pantomime, going in a bus. That was the most important thing. They'd never have gone in a bus before. Knowing how to work and use their own money, choosing things to buy that they wanted to buy, whether it was right or wrong, it was their choice. I helped them to buy birthday presents, Christmas presents, clothes for themselves that up to then perhaps they'd never had that experience or opportunity of being allowed to. I think going to town on a Saturday afternoon with some pocket money and just going around as every other person did on a Saturday afternoon, I think that was a big thing for a lot of them. And having the money of their own to spend without anybody looking over the shoulder to say, don't do that, no, you can't have that. Whether it's the right thing or not, it was their money, and I felt it was their choice to spend it. But as normal as possible, really. One lady in particular, Anne, her parents were very keen that because they were unable to take her out and away, they wondered if we could take her on holiday. So over many years, Anne and I went on coach tours, weekend breaks, and then Brian and I took her with our family to St Anne's. We went in a flat with my family and children, several years, and we went to Scarborough with her. We took her to France. We took her in our car, went in the car, so she experienced going on a ship, and then we took her on an aeroplane. We went to Spain with her, which was a bit daunting for Anne, but she loved it. Simple pleasures like paddling in the sea, making sandcastles with my grandchildren, loved it, absolutely loved it. Choosing her own food with the menu, although unable to read, We helped her through the menu and she made her own choice of food. And she loved that. Trying new things that we had to explain what they all were, but she loved them. And she loved the food, and it was a great time. Having an ice cream and not being frightened of it dripping all the way down. She'd never been allowed to do that in case she made a mess. Yes, lovely. As normal things as possible included in our family.
Okay, and as well as Anna, would any other was there anyone else you looked at with Respite?
Oh yes, there were many.
Can you remember any of them, the others?
I can remember lots of them. Andrew was another young man who used to come on a very regular basis. He proved a little bit more difficult to care for because of his wobbly legs, as we used to call them. And Brian he was the main carer then. We had to have the chair in the bath and things like that. That proved a little bit more difficult, but we did have him on a regular basis. Oh, I can't remember all the names. Suzanne and all little quirks that used to come, little quirky habits that they had.
Oh, yes.
One he used to like just to sit and roll newspaper, and another one just used to like sit and cut out things in a catalogue. Yes, they were all different, they were all unique, and they were all special to us.